Okay, so this client came 3 short weeks ago. So she used to cut the skin around her nails, which people think it's a cuticle, but it's actually a skin fold. I asked her to just try stopping it, and we would do weekly manicures just to see how the skin is going to heal and look in 3 weeks. And this is how it looks. Amazing. So in today's video, I'm going to show her, because we did dry manicures, but in today's video, I'm going to show her and you guys how to do this with a cuticle remover and show you how easy that is to do. The key to this is, number one, skincare. So you want to make sure that the skin around the nails is nice and healthy and elastic, flexible, and it's not dry. And another thing that's really important is being very consistent with the manicures. So when you do them weekly, you will barely have anything to do, and the manicures will be very quick and very easy. And because you do them often, you're gonna learn how to do them properly. So now I'm removing the polish with just pure acetone, and the acetone will show me everything. So the skin will look a little bit more dry than it really is, but the acetone shows me everything. So I'm going to use this tool. This is a new tool that I recently got from Stalex. It's amazing. It's really, really good. And it's not expensive. So first what we're going to do is we're going to nudge back the skin fold like I normally do with the manicure stick, with the wooden stick, very gently. So I'm doing this without really putting pressure on the nail. I'm not scraping anything here. I'm just gently nudging this back. And with this client, I can feel that skin is not really sticking to the nails, which is really good. It's a sign of healthy skin. So what I'm nudging back is just the skin fold, and I'm trying to leave the cuticle behind. Because if you really scrape everything, then the cuticle gets underneath the skin fold, and then how do you remove it? So if the skin around the nails is, for you, sticking to the nails, just keep nudging it and keep taking care of it. So now you can use any cuticle remover. I prefer the Blue Cross. So I'm just going to put 1 drop where the cuticle is and just kind of go around. So the biggest mistake that people do is they put it here, but that's not what the cuticle is. This is the skin around the nails. So you want to put it approximately where the cuticle is. So the cuticle is right here. It's stuck to the nail, and you could remove the dry, but you would have to put a lot of pressure, and you would have to use a very sharp tool. So I don't really recommend it, but we just want to remove this part. And why do we remove it? Because when you put polish on, when you put nail polish on these skin cells, it's just going to start peeling. So the cuticle remover really, it actually swells the skin. It's very alkaline, and it swells the skin, so the skin cells can be removed. So normally I would recommend, you can actually with Blue Cross do even like 2 passes. It's very watery. I like using it in the dripper like this, in the dropper. And now I would highly suggest, and this is what we're going to do just to show you, 1 hand at a time. So we're going to time it, and we're going to wait 2 minutes. Okay, has it been 2 minutes? Okay, so now I'm going to ask the client to just put her hand in there and just kind of go like this to rinse it off. Perfect. And now I'm going to dry it off just a little bit. They don't have to be actually super dry. It helps when the nails are less dry. So what I'm going to do now is, see, just remove the cuticle. And there was not a lot of cuticle because we do the manicures once a week. So this is how it should look. And I sometimes help myself with a towel. And that's it. So this is done very gently. You make sure that when you're doing this, you're not really pressing too hard because this is where the nail is growing. The lunula, the white part, is actually part of the matrix. So the cells in this area are quite soft. So you want to make sure that you don't damage the nail plate. So this happens sometimes. This is a little hangnail, whatever it is, piece of skin. And this is why it's good to have cuticle nippers. But, in my opinion, it's not good to use them too much. Use them in case of emergencies. So see with the towel, sometimes you can actually kind of get these little cells. Kind of snip this little thing. There's one here and the other one here. So you know what, the tools are not bad. It's just how you use them sometimes, and this is it. Okay, and now the other hand. And the reason why I do one hand at a time, I mean, I can probably do, yeah, I sometimes do both hands when I do my own nails. But the thing is, if you're not as fast, then you might be leaving this cuticle remover on the nail a little bit too long. And what happens is this is a very, like I mentioned, alkaline product. And it softens the skin first, obviously. Skin is more porous. So when you leave it on for too long, first of all, it can irritate the skin around the nails, which you don't want that. And it can soften the nail too much. So it's good to just remember, time it, leave it on just for 2 minutes, and then rinse it off, neutralize it in water. In the meantime, I'm going to just smooth the area where the cuticle was, very, very gently. And when I do dry manicures, I usually don't do this step because the e-file leaves much more even surface. But sometimes there are tiny bit of skin cells that are left behind. And if you're polishing your nails, I would say it's better to just gently smooth. But you see, I'm holding the buffer like this. I'm not buffing the whole nail plate because that just removes layers. Very gently. This is like, I don't know, 240 grit or something. Maybe 280. If you're not polishing your nails, it doesn't really matter. So we're not going to be polishing the nails, so I'm going to apply oil. And I always show my clients, just this little piece maybe, how much oil to use. Because during manicures, I use much more. And then at the end of the manicure, I show my client to take just one drop and do that after each hand wash. This is all you need. You don't need more than that. So now we're just going to use a little bit more. Oops. Okay, so now we can rinse the other hand.
Is Tony around or more?
Perfect.
Okay. Well, I texted already Tony. Tony was not this more. Just need to find out whether
Okay, we're gonna, oh, I just reached for the Tweezerman. The Tweezerman is very similar. As you can see, it has like this flat edge. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see how the Tweezerman works. Very similar way, as you can see. It might be a tiny bit sharper, but not that much.
and then she's always smell.
So honestly, when you take care of your skin and you're doing this on a regular basis, you really don't need to do dry manicures. So just because I do them at the salon, that doesn't mean that everyone should be using electric file. My needs at the salon are sometimes a little bit different. And that's it. How easy was that? Very easy. If you're polishing your nails, then I would do the polish now and then the oil. Because what's the point of applying the oil and then wiping it? Doesn't make sense. What do you think?
Really easy.
Right? It's so easy. But the key is, it's just using the creams and just be very consistent with the care, and then the manicure is super easy.